After CPS took our children, the elders never spoke up to help us in any way. I think it's because shortly after CPS got involved, I left the Jehovah's Witnesses. When I told the elders that I didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore, they told me that Satan had blinded my eyes. Robert chose to stay within the organization, so our daughter and him are both still in the good graces of the organization. But no one speaks to my son or I, because we're disassociated. Like all Jehovah's Witnesses, Robert prays for the end of the system to come. And when that day comes, all apostate thinkers like me will be annihilated. So basically, Robert's praying for my death.
Once my wife left our faith, it became more isolated. I respect her decision. I try not to be involved that much. We spend less time together.
Jehovah's Witnesses don't permit divorce except for on the grounds of adultery, physical abuse, or spiritual endangerment. And as an apostate, having left the organization, I'm a spiritual endangerment to my husband.
I definitely have plans to stay in my faith.
I love Robert. I don't want Robert to leave me.
Okay, now before we go on, I said I had what I think is a pivotal question for you. The church has basically shunned your wife now because of her position, and you're labeled an apostate. You say it's the same thing about your son because he's not the biological father.
Correct, yeah.
And you may waffle on the words about this, but you went to the elders and had a discussion. You claim they picked up the phone and called CPS and turned you in with an allegation of molestation based on a misunderstanding. And when that was all fully explained, you claim they have refused to step up on your behalf and intervene, correct?
Yes.
I've always had the attitude, if I go somewhere and my wife and family aren't welcome, then I'm not welcome. And if somebody tells me that I am to shun my wife and children, they can kiss my ass. And I don't care if it's a church or the government or a school or whoever it is, because I don't believe what label or brand you put on a religion. No God that I know, which is a loving God, is going to ask me as a man to turn my back on my wife and my children. And that's got nothing to do with religion. That's got to do with being a man. And I just don't understand how you can go to these people and, as you claim, they can turn you into CPS, get your children taken away from you, shun your wife, get your children removed, refuse to intervene on your behalf, and then you just follow along and say, well, what do you want me to do now?